Certain companies will lose a lot of money if you didn't fly their stuff. Going into eating or buying genetically engineered food is not your right.
It's just not. Maybe move to Europe or Japan or something.
Oh.
Out here, baby. Here in America, genetically modified individuals.
Unless you demand it. Unless you demand that you demand it.
You have the power.
Oh, yes.
Vote.
You get to know what's in your sense. Oh, yes, for the right to.
And registering your Xerox inventory at our new enhanced website, specifically designed for your ease of use. Again, please call 1-800.
Hang up on it. So sorry about that Xerox message all at the same time here. This is Danny Vito and other interesting people talking about Proposition 13. Okay, 3 minutes to time. Let me move here. Now it looks like this has been taken down because the movie's not here anymore. But I bet if you just put in David versus Monsanto, I could find the film. The thing where the film was is gone. So the link I gave you is not any good anymore. Let's see if we can find it someplace else. David versus Monsanto. They probably took it down pretty quick. Yeah. And this is what we the need for detox on that we're going to talk about this evening. Now, there's a trailer for it. Amazon. Oh, you can buy it at Amazon. Oh, here's one on Monsanto Court. Put in Monsanto. David versus Monsanto. Okay, on David versus Goliath, I guess. Has to be. So let's see if it's here. It is. That is it. Let's put this new link in the chat for everyone. So there is a sentence on its way. We're going to start in 1 minute.
Phone brackets, content, high definition, F.
Okay, there's Nella coming on. I hope the people are helping her. I put the tech number for those of you who are having trouble. I am going to let her know that we are starting the show now. Starting. And that is for Antonella because she was having trouble hearing. This is Happy Hour. We're going to be here for the next hour answering some of your questions, showing you how to use one of our new computer programs that Tommy Priakos was working furiously to get finished for you today. So we can look at, we will be, please keep your microphone shut off so we don't get that feedback. Thank you. We do for several reasons. One, just to show people what it's really like. There's at least some lesson here about it. we're going to talk about the need for detox and what is going on with Monsanto. We covered a little bit of this on our radio show, Blog Talk Radio. If you have not looked at Blog Talk Radio or even the archives, or if you want to watch some of the archives, go to soundhealthoptions.com, see what we can find. I think you just go to radio and click, and that has the Blog Talk show archives on it. So listen or to view Blog Talk Radio archives here. So this will take you down the show. Well, that was an August 5th one. With Blog Talk, you're only going to be the audio. So we did a lot of information about detoxification and the need for it and why it's coming up so soundly. When Monsanto is doing the seeds, reorganizing the seeds, they're destroying taurine and glutathione. And glutathione is one of the major issues for the body that helps you throw out pathogens, help you use your minerals, help cell signaling, and that's the biggest one. Helps your body talk to each of its cells. So that's what we're interested in doing. If you want some more background to that, the link that we just found, we just put in David versus Monsanto, and this copy video came up on prisonplanet.com. I think that's Alex Jones' station. Thank you for being here. We hope you have a good time. We're going to answer some questions first, and one of them was kind of an odd question. They want to know what goes on or what you have to do to get prepared to take one of our classes. Okay, happy hour. You don't have to do anything but tune in. So, to that, and you're going to let WebEx put a little cookie computer so they can get into the site. We have other class Guardian of the People, and that's a monthly thing where we share softwares with you. You sign up for that. You have to go to healthoptions.com page, and right there at the bottom, Guardians of the People. It just says that you're not, the kind of paper that you're not a government agent trying to stop something, or not trying to interfere, and that you'll keep this private and among our group. We're hoping to put bioacoustic centers everywhere, and when you watch this David versus Monsanto, you'll see why. Just reading the chat here. If all of a sudden I go quiet or I answer some strange question here in the chat, and if you don't get to the chat, go up to the top of your screen and there's a little green drop down, well, it's green on my computer, drops on a little tab, and it's looking at Sherry's computer or whatever. If you click on that little tab, it will allow you open the participant, and you can talk to each other just by going to let's see, George's name, and you right click and you can go to the chat so you can talk to each other as we go along here. Other kind of classes, we do classes, occasional kind of things on Blog Talk Radio Sunday at noon. Last Sunday we did this Monsanto thing. I think we're going to have Susan Elizabeth on Sunday on Blog Talk, and she's going to talk about sacred sites, architectures, and that kind of thing. So is putting something very strange in my computer, some kind of ad. Let me get rid of this. All along, something's been putting up on my home computer that says, "You won!" And I can't find out where it is. And I have really good action on my computers, stuff that we bought extra. I think that answers some of the questions about classes and what you have to do for classes. I'll show you one really short thing, and maybe we'll show a longer one some of the week, but we just don't have time this week to show all of this. So the idea was, what do you have to do to prepare for this new class we're doing? And I'll go through this really, really quickly. We're training a set of technicians that can help us work with the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation, or whatever you call it in your state, because we've had AT&T say that bioacoustics is the medicine of the future. And we're getting all of these requests, and we just can't fill them. We don't have enough people, so we're trying to train people to do vocal sampling, identify points of significance, create reports, and then help them market, because we know that the state of your health can be found in your voice, and we're giving away 12, a choice, several, I don't know how many, it's 2 or 4, 12 different softwares for people taking that course. This one is the end of November. I think that's the week after Thanksgiving. So we ask you to download the Nano Voice, which is nanovoice.org, and on charts there, we do all this information on what you should do with your computer and set it up, and to look at this Good Vibrations video that's there for you for free. And okay, thank you, George. I'm going to put in the soundhealth.com/secret, I spelled this right, stash.html. So you can go download these videos for free in preparation for the class. You'll microphone, but that comes with your kit when you sign up. We have to look at some of this additional material of some of these people that we've helped with strokes and MS and all that. We ask you to look at this Miracles of Non-Medicine booklet, which is all about profiles. We ask you to go look at our Journal of Bioacoustic Biology. That's free and online. There's the address, jbab.org. We need to download this Bioacoustic Basics text, and that's set on our site for you. I'll put that address, soundhealthoptions.com. Radiation class is the one that's there all the time, and that software and the 2-hour class is there all the time. And I'm saying a lot of this because I see some new names up here. So we try to supply this stuff for you. Download HyperHealth. There is a trial version on our site on the very bottom of the right-hand side of the opening page. We ask you to download Audacity, which is also free, audacity.sourceforge.net. We ask you to look at getbodysmart.com. You download that each time you use it. I don't want that. Trying to hurry through this just to answer some questions. So, a free link for vertebrae and what it innervates. We send you information on a little stick. We send you lots of clients and videos and audios and lots of stuff like that. So that answers the question for you of what's that like. We're going to talk tonight about detoxification. And let me move this out of the way. A big thing that we're going to talk about is how your body uses glutathione. So I had a couple of articles that we shared on the Blog Talk radio show that we can share here. That is not it. So one that I thought was really, really interesting. I like they were here. Blood type. I thought it was incredibly interesting that you could detoxify by your blood type. There was even books about this. I knew there was books about blood type, but specifically to detox about your blood type, I think is really interesting. So some of the things that it says, A blood. To use a lot of vegetables. I feel better on vegetables and a little bit of fish. I have a lot more energy. Over time, type A blood, the adaptations were based on the need to fully utilize nutrients from carbohydrate sources. Now, I cannot eat carbohydrates. It just slugs me down. So, they may not be useful to everyone watching because I'm a type A blood, and as soon as I eat wheat or bread or any made carbohydrate, I get very, very sluggish. They have the slow down digesting animal protein and fat. Fat for sure. I really have a lot of trouble with pork and meats. So it says high vegetarian diet, and that'll help keep you cleaned up. Also, apples, catalase. Apples contain catalase, and catalase is a blood purifier. Great, now I can hear it now. Wonderful. Excuse me. So the truth about apples, an apple a day will keep the doctor away. It's because that catalase, that juicy stuff you see bubbling in the apple when you bite into it, that's full of catalase. And you grow in your yard, I don't know because of radiation now, but that's full of a lot of catalase. You can buy catalase at your health food store, and it just helps clean up your blood, especially of all the fibrin that comes along when you don't digest all of your proteins. And type A blood tends to have a lot of fibrin, which causes blood clots in their blood. So just tell you to rest and relax, and you'll be fine. Again, apples are good for almost any blood type because of catalase. Okay, type B blood should avoid chicken, corn, peanuts, and sesame seeds. It affects their metabolism negatively. Who would like to volunteer? And let's look at their detox. And let's try to find somebody who hasn't volunteered before. Maya, you could be one of our volunteers. I don't think you've volunteered one. I don't know if you're a new person, but you volunteer. Go down to the list of participants and just click on raise your hand, and we'll use you as our guinea pig this evening in doing some of this. As for type B blood, intense physical exercise with relaxation. These are people who go out and play hard and then come home and down. I'll put it in here, Shabaya. He's asking for the call-in number. Okay, there. Just give it a couple of minutes unless you want to listen through the phone. And when you're calling in, turn off your mic and your speakers before you call in because we'll get all kinds of feedback if you don't. So type A blood, they can just eat almost anything. They're cast iron stomachs most of the time. These people fare best on animal protein, less dairy, and grains. Type O benefits from the regular intense exercise. My husband is type O negative blood, and I think he could eat an old shoe and be able to digest it. They're very, very hardy people, usually. Type B is really a combination, sort of a new type. There's also an AO type that they don't mention here. And a combination of tendencies, a blood type that does well on lean meat. Type A, newest blood type, resulting in intermingling. This means that the meat that they eat tend to get stored as fat instead of being metabolized. I should have got a drink before here's some water. Type A is the best sort of protein for the group and can be easily metabolized. Also suggests that these individuals avoid eating starches and proteins in the same meal. Hadn't heard that before. The O type, they benefit from intense physical exercise and some calming. At least 3 days a week. We've seen some people with some exercises in their type of surgery and can't move much. They had some bowel obstructions and had to have operations there. For some reason, their bowel grew shut. They couldn't exercise at all, so we talked to them and had them exercise in their mind. And we send that focus and energy and vision into their muscles. And they said they could actually feel it, and they started to breathe harder, like they were exercising. And the doctor said he's going to try that with his other patients because it seems to really work and help bring them up quicker, which was a wonderful way to do it. For other things, just put in detox and put in Mike Adams detox, because I just think I trust him. I used to trust Mercola. He has more advertising now, but when I put in Mike Adams detox, I've got this plethora of really good information. I'll put some of these links in the chat for you. Here's one with baby boomers, tips for detox and rejuvenation. Maybe just keeping everything free-flowing, and you know you've got constipation, you're not free-flowing everything. Oh, Shemaya, you want to call in? And we'll start showing this new computer program. It's called Detox, and we represent it by an apple. There's that idea about an apple a day keeps the doctor away, I think is a very excellent way of looking at this. I have Honeycrisp apples. I love Jonathan apples. They're a little tart, and they tend to have good juices. Now, Fuji apple is not as good because they have taken out some of the sucrose out of the Fuji apple. Sure, are you going to call in and give us a recording here? Oh, I sent all those links directly to Shemaya. I should send them to everybody. Let me correct that while Shemaya's getting to a phone. Anybody else want we'll have time for 2 people today. Hopefully have time for 2 people today. We're going to start on, I should just say accept, and then I could move that around. I'm going to move over here for just a minute while Shemaya's coming in. As you know, the first thing we always do is take a vocal sample, and it's Audacity, AUDACITY.sourceforge.net, and that will take you to a site, and you can download according to your computer. 2.2 is the latest one for PC, if you want to look at that. it looks like Maya may be having some difficulty calling us. Just call us, Shemaya. Are you having trouble getting through? That is the best feedback. You just open your mic, but it shows on my board that you don't have a microphone anyway. See if I can grab somebody else.
How about that?
That's great.
Oh, you can.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, you know the drill here.
The
A practitioner in the New York area just getting his, I was going to say just getting his feet wet, but that would be terrible. All those people are having up there. He's beginning his bioacoustic practice. So, Maya, just give us 30 seconds. Any regular detox?
I haven't been doing a regular detox at all, and you can hear it in my voice. Something going up on the I ate some bad food, so I have a lot of phlegm going on in my voice, and I'm curious. I know I have a lot going on. I'm not drinking as much as I should be drinking. And, I know that I need to be taking better care of my health. I'm definitely aware of what's proper to eat, but I'm addicted to sugar, and the sugar is really doing me a great deal of disservice, or I'm doing myself a great deal of disservice. So I'm really curious about the detox and what my body's asking me to do, what I should be doing to get better. So I really the whole bioacoustics.
Yeah, I'll let that go a little long. I got to show you guys something. There's some non-verbal information in his chart. There's a piece of non-verbal something. Now we play that by hitting the green. Here's a click. I'm going to cut that out of there. Here's a one. Some click or something, maybe some popping on the microphone.
The back click, please.
So the foot looks pretty good. A little bit right here we could cut off because there's a lot there. So we can save this. We do it as export. Now that's the biggest question that we get. They say, I can't save my file. You don't want to save your file. You want to export the file. And we're going to put this in our waves file. Play it, see what we can get. That's kind of low. It's very, very low. We'll see if it comes up, if we can get any kind of boost on it. Okay, even these little teeny things like this is some kind of pop on his microphone. I'm going to cut out as much of that as we can. So he was either too close to his mic or he doesn't have a winding on his mic, so it's getting a lot of puffing and
I think it's me.
Susan, do you want to volunteer? You go with us. Okay, Shemaya is saying he doesn't have a windscreen. Well, let's resave this because I cut out some more things of it.
Well, I think he's still using it. I did have a change.
What are you saying, Shemaya?
Oh, hear me? Sorry. I said cell phone.
That's particularly good either because it filters things out.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone else behind me.
So now I'm giving you the number again. Okay, it is. See the chat, Susan? That's where I'm putting the phone number. Go to that little green tab at the top of your screen and put on your chat. It's 740-698-1881. So it's going to be our next volunteer. We already have. Is that Susan?
Yep.
Go turn off your mic and speakers.
I got it.
Well, just hang loose there while we're doing Shemaya, okay? I'm going to turn you down a little because I can hear you breathing hard there. Okay, we're going to take that Audacity file, that sample of his voice, and put it into Abacus. Abacus is also right there for you to download. It's on that radiation class file link. We're going to bring Shemaya's voice in here. Look at our waves file. It brings in and turns it into numeric data. Now, this is probably 60 cycles per second right there. Yep, because that's not a vocal piece either. You see those spikes? When you get that at 6 cycles, microphone Shemaya is using, it's very close to or laying over some kind of electrical wire. And the microphone's picking up that 60 cycle hum, you're probably not paying much attention to it. Susan, can I ask you to call back? There is so much noise and clumping and stuff going on in the telephone here that it's distracting. So can you back in a few minutes? Now it's quiet now. That's good. So do Shemaya and on detox, and we're going to do it online. Well, if I could spell detox. And detox just means that you're getting rid of the stuff that your body shouldn't have in the first place. Pesticides, herbicides, radiation. They're unnatural to the body. Aspartame is a very good example. Aspartame is that artificial sugar. Move the phone away from what we're doing here. Aspartame is artificial sugar. That's everything like diet soda and all that. And they put it in there, accepting the fact that it's the same frequency as glutamine, one of the natural things that the body needs. So when the cell sends out a signal and says, send this, and glutamine that helps the muscle stay supple and cell signaling, and the glutamine is not available because that's part of the glutamine, glutamic acid, glutathione group that they modified with GMOs, the body sends in whatever has the most similar signal, in this case, aspartame. And, oh my God, what's this? And your cell goes into berserk. And you bring something in your body, it could be made of, numerically, of a 7 and a 3, and that makes a 10. Or 6 and a 4, and that makes a 10. They have a bottom line that's the same. What's your date of birth?
13/7.
12/13/67.
1967, right.
Okay, male, and we're going to look at detox. What you need to get rid of in your body and what you need to support in order for your body to be optimally functioning. Now, we do have lows here. We've got a gray grid in the middle. That's what's supposed to be normal for Shemaya's voice. And you can see there's a lot above. There's too much of that. And you have several below. So ask the computer just to pull the points, just to click. Pull the points, and we've got a lot of information here. Now I'm going to hit this little Rubik's Cube, and it's going to save this list of data. And I'm going to kind of ignore that 60 cycles because I don't think that's really part of your voice. Did you do your microphone and see if it's close to an electrical wire, Shemaya?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay, well, if we do this again, then we'll make sure that doesn't happen. Susan, you're making lots of noise again. Okay, I just saved this list of numbers. Now it's easy going from here on down. All I do is open our little Apple program, which I thought I already did. And open File, open Client, and we put in our GNS file on a desktop. There's right on top, and brought in that whole list of numbers. Taking any medication, Shemaya? Taking any herbs?
No, should be, but I'm not.
Okay, so I'm just going to unsnap those. We're just going to hit report to talk about it. The first thing the last thing that'll come up is a note correlate chart. And this is a chart, and it gets bopped out. We're looking for anything that is 4 or above. And electrical circulation. Sorry about that. I don't know how to write it down. So we're going to look at things that are in this area of subtle circulation, small body mechanics, nerves, electrical system. The note B controls the movement of all fluids in the body. And there Shemaya seems to have a little bit of trouble. Now, those of you that want to use these programs, like the radiation program that is sitting there for you, you can go in and set this up so that you make a PDF file. And if we print it, let me make Shemaya a folder over here, my other screen. And I misspelled his name. I'll change that later, Shemaya. So it will say, where do you want to put the new thing that you're just creating? So I'll tell it my desktop, and I'm going to look for my folder. And it said, do you want to put it in there? And I said, yes, I do. So now I'll be able to send this to him as an email. And it's very easy. And you can, this is what it looks like when it comes up. And then start your own business with people that are far away from you. Look, cysteine is high. Cysteine, there's two different cysteines, and they sort of pitch hit from one another. cysteine. It says here that it's a layer of lead, aluminum, cadmium, alcohol, and tobacco. Now, you can buy cysteine as cysteine or cysteine in a form that's readily available for the body, and it's called NAC, N-A-C. It's an amino acid. We can do the same thing again. We won't go through each one of them, but just so you can get the point, and can put in Shemaya's file and save that, because he may want to look at it later. Biochemicals. Naturally occurring sulfur compound supports detoxification. Both those are high, meaning if he's taking them, then he's probably short on sulfur. Then, wish I could pronounce that. Pyroquinone, lead poisoning. It looks like you may have some heavy metal toxicity there. The things that we use is ATP to get rid of heavy toxins. So that.
Okay.
Serotonin is high, and it doesn't sound like you're sleepy. Serotonin is high. It's the wake up and excited chemical. It's of the same frequency as vitamin C.
Yeah, I can go to sleep drop of the hat.
Well, then this must be vitamin C, because if serotonin was really high, you wouldn't be able to sleep very well.
Okay.
And bioacoustically speaking, almost everything is something else. And in this case, serotonin and vitamin C. I'm not going to go through and save each one of these, but I will do it after the show. Okay,
thank you.
So people have the idea of how they can bundle and send this on to their people. Okay, CYP1A1. I had to look that up when I was doing all of this detox stuff, and I really don't remember what it stands for. Tommy is online with us. Remember what CYP1A1 stands for, because he has it, both of them high, and this AP3A5. I remember I had to look all of these up because they were significant enzymes. Got rid of chemicals, but I don't remember what the CYP stands for. Do you? Looks like it has a mic. I just don't know if it's open. Somebody could look that up on the internet for us. So
I thought it might be cytochrome related, but I'm not checking if it's cytochrome related, but I'll see.
Cytochrome? Oh, yeah, that was a constituent of cytochrome 450, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, Susan's sneezing on the line here, so that's what's in the background there. She's just on the phone here. SOD, you probably do not want that low. That has great antioxidant properties, and you can buy that at your health food store. I don't know what food SOD comes from.
But high or higher?
You want it low because it's a natural detoxifier for the body.
Okay.
SOD, let's write that down as the thing you need, and it's too low. Then high, this is good, but it's very similar. It's a biflavonoid. It's in that vitamin C. And I would think that you might be having trouble utilizing vitamin C. The human body doesn't naturally make vitamin C. Poor pigs and humans. I think there's one other mouse family or something that doesn't make vitamin C. Since that is high, it might mean that you aren't utilizing it well, or you don't have its sister component. You need flavonoids, calcium, magnesium, folic acid, tyrosine, phenylalanine, helps absorb iron. Great effect when taken with vitamin E or beta-carotene, which is a form of vitamin A. Now, this chart is waiting for you, too. It's online at our site, soundhealthoptions.com, radiationclass.html, that I already put in for you. And Tommy says cytochrome P451A2 a member of the cytochrome P450 mixed function oxidase system, is involved in the metabolism of xenobiotics. It's part of the constituents for the fire of mitochondria of the body. So it needs to keep the whole process moving and going. Catalase low. Remember we talked about those apples? Get you some good apples here, Shemaya.
Oh.
You can eat as many apples a day until your bowel becomes loose, and then you've got enough. You might want to start your day with a juicy fat apple.
Oh, thank you.
This is Guff, catalase low. So it looks like you need detox from heavy metals, and you just don't have enough catalase in the stomach to get the job going. Aniline is high. That may not be a bad thing. That's master hormone. It's also the same frequency as marijuana. No, that's progesterone. And the hormone is the same frequency as marijuana. Sorry about that. Pregnenolone is the same as I can't remember.
Is that good to be high then?
Well, unless you're not using it, and you need the progesterone to use it. One of the things pregnenolone does, they tell you DHEA is the master hormone. Well, they're lying to you because they can get a patent on DHEA. But pregnenolone is a step before DHEA and the master hormone of the body. And the guy who discovered it was working with Linus Pauling, vitamin C guy. He put it on the market without a patent because he said it's too important to let any drug company control this. Now, you can find it at your health food store, and it's about $6 for 100 pills. Very inexpensive, but very important. Manganese and silicon. Now, I didn't see manganese mentioned in that use of vitamin C in the nutrition chart, but I see magnesium. And magnesium and manganese often pitch for one another in the body. So manganese is too high. Why is it too high? We go look for the minerals. For manganese, we need B1, E, calcium, and phosphorus. Now, didn't we just see calcium and vitamin E up here in vitamin C? Take vitamin E. So we got commonality of why those two things aren't working. So vitamin C, vitamin E is a suspect. And go down here and look at the manganese. There's vitamin E again.
So saying if I take the vitamin C and E, then the magnesium and the manganese will start working properly? Okay, maybe.
They're too high. Well, I'm not allowed to be a doctor online.
Oh, you didn't tell me that anyway.
I would have made all these charts.
Right.
So people could do it on their own. Now, that's for all your connective tissue and the elasticity of all your vessels. And in your case, with this node of B in stress, and that's the fluid of all the body stuff going on. We want to look and see what we need to make silicone work. Boron, calcium, magnesium, manganese, potassium. I turned the mic off for a second and to cough. We need to look at that in terms of the manganese, the silicon and the manganese work together. And because you lack the vitamin E, the days might be in stress, so you might want to add some vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin, and I think it comes from grain oil. Somebody look that up. That would be great to know. This vitamin C related stuff again, quercetin. So we really need to look at get your vitamin C to be running and working in your system. Just another form. Quercetin also helps you beat live viruses. Now, you could be getting something, could be the reason it's high, or it could be because it's just not working very well. Toxins, acetaldehyde. You can get that detoxing from carpets and walls and anything that's going to put out any form of alcohol and detoxifies. And there's the cadmium. And remember that very first thing said, what was it that detoxified cadmium? I remember what the very first thing that we opened was it cysteine? Cysteine that would detoxify the cadmium. Dixon activates phase 1 detoxification, and yours low. Practitioner, you know you can just this program and get all these frequencies, or I'll send them to you when I send you your report. Vitamins, B12, low. Look at that. Folate, B2 is high. There's your vitamin C. Looks a major issue with vitamin C here. Major issue, just not working well. So I don't know if there is such a thing as bioavailable vitamin C. You check that at your health food store. I don't know if you could eat enough oranges, kiwi fruit, grapefruits, oranges.
Could the combination of the tone and the edible food work?
Yeah, I think that is the best.
Okay.
But remember that you've got serotonin in the mix there. So that's a good report.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Okay, Susan, can you get ready to talk to us? Okay, I turned it down. I'm going to bring it close and turn it up. Okay, I'm turning the phone up for you. Are you having any problems with detox? I'll send all these reports to you directly. Susan, are you having any direct problems?
Problems. With detoxing in particular or in general?
Just detoxification. Want to talk about it with 30 seconds?
Oh.
You can tell when you detox, you get sluggish, you get fatigued, you get constipated, you have allergic reactions to food, bloating, a lot of crud in your eyes in the morning, stuffed up nose, you get a lot of colds, bronchial kinds of things. Those are all indicators that you need to detox. Okay. Go.
Okay. Well, my name is Susan. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. In regards to detoxing, some of the symptoms that you just mentioned, I would say that I have a lot of eye tearing, sometimes after I eat, which to me indicates some sort of a allergic reaction. A little bit with the nose. No problem with the bowel issues at all. Sneezing occasionally, especially now that we're indoors a little bit more now that it's getting colder. And then I have other allergens like dogs and dust. So the dust time is a problem when we go inside more. And that's about all.
Okay, let it go to 37 because this has some truncation.
Oh.
It just means that I turned the microphone up too loud.
Oh.
See where it's cut off straight across here?
Okay.
Almost the first 10 seconds is that way. So I am going to erase this where it's truncated. That just beats back on your own sound and creates extra sound in what we're doing.
Okay.
So I'm snipping those out of there and erasing them. And I think we still have 34 seconds. That's good. So export, and remember here, we're going to be doing this at 32,000 hertz, 16-bit mono. So download that Bioacoustic Basics text and make sure that you have recorded correctly. You can go to Edit and Preferences and go ahead and change your preferences here for recording. 32,000 16-bit. We're going to save Susan from, we're going to export. I should quit saying save. Susan, you turn down your speaker. We're getting the feedback. Susan, and I'm going to save from Arbor. RBOR?
Yep.
Because we have a lot of Susans here. So remember how I saved that. I don't have your email address, and you need to send it to me, and I will put up here for you. Myriad or to Gmail.
Yeah, we've corresponded. I'll send it to you again just so that you have it.
Okay, see, I'm the one that did this online. Okay, so we've said, and I don't, but I just minimize it in case I need to use it again. Opening up the Abacus, remember this is free online for you. We try to support you guys as much as possible and try to get you ready to go. There it is. And set up a center by providing free software and free classes and free marketing and whatever you've got. It's long term. When we begin to look at these sessions, I've always, the red is predictive, the green is now, blue is long term. And all of your long term is up above where it ought to be. Not seriously, not any one thing, but have some long term metabolism stress that we really need to look at. I'm going to open up this section of your chart, and you see where there is a jump here. You see this little curve right here where it totally jumps up?
Yes.
It looks like the configuration of mold. So we really do an evaluation of that. Looking at all your filters, because that seems to be where the stress is jumping, where that is moving along smoothly and begins to ride up and stays up. See, it stays up all through your chart. There's a little glitchy problem right there. Okay, let's ask the computer to pull the points. You have very much low. This is -1, -2, -3. What you have low is minor. What you have high is minor. But there's a lot of it. There's just constant stress. So Susan. Don't have somebody's birthday, you can just put in 12/12/12, and that'll tell the computer we don't have a birthday. It requires that you put something in there.
You want my birthday in there? I don't care.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, sure. You ready? It's 5/6/63.
Okay, and we're looking at detox stuff, possible allergies. And Allergies is one of the programs that we gave away over the last year, trying to help people set up their own businesses. And it's one of them that we provide to people in the class. This looks good. I'm just going to go in and save. I shouldn't say save. I'm going to go in and export. I'm going to put it in my GNS file. Save everything by date. Well, where did that go? It didn't go anywhere. It allows me to give it a name. Well, let's go in there. Kind of automatically. I don't remember hitting the save button. Wow, the computer's helping me out. Have all that. We have the list of numbers. We can put into our holiday. You get any medication?
Not really. I took one today, but not typically, no. I take different supplements, yeah, but not much medication.
You use any herbs?
Sure.
Okay, so that in there. And we'll say report. Oh, I see where your issue is. You have an inability to process sulfur. So get a map here. And to get this done, say clean map. Clean methylation map, there's one. You have a problem here at SUOX, changing sulfites to sulfates. Sulfites are bad guys, sulfates are good guys. Now you can go to the local health food store and look at what you're putting off as sulfur, look at your pH. All that SUOX go by, and it's the inability to create sulfur enzymes. And sulfur enzymes are factors for vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. That may be where your stress is. It's also the stress that would be caused by inability to create energy at a cellular level. Cycle. Yes, for 4 and 5 here. E, oxygenation, lungs, mucus, nose, sinuses. 4, neurotransmitters, ability to use minerals. And then 5 on being able to use your resources, body management. So methylation mapping is a really important one for you. Let's see what it comes up with. Cysteine here. This Tommy, this database, and I've got a typo in here.
I see it.
Tommy to fix it.
Yeah.
So cysteine is low. So NAC again. NAC needs B12 to work. NAC works to improve your circulation, get more oxygen, to detoxify you, and look how many times we've got this cysteine low. Now, methionine high. This comes usually when people have wheat allergies. Cysteine low. Maybe that's okay, because that's an allergic reaction usually. So methionine is high. And high. Well, go back to your nutrition chart and look at methionine. And it has a relationship to the histamines or histidines. Methionine that you have really high helps make cysteine and taurine. Now, we've noticed that your cysteine is incredibly low and methionine is incredibly high. There's total imbalance there. We need to get that up and running. And it says that it reduces the levels of histamine. Histamine and histidine are kind of related in allergy reactions. Tacoclean and inositol, you can buy that at your health food store. It's improved balance. It helps improve retrieval. It helps improve neurotransmitters. Well, already we have some issues with uranyl acids, methionine. Look at how many times.
I think with the choline every day.
Great. You can get reduced glutathione. I don't know if you can get bioavailable methionine, or we could look up where some food comes in. It's okay, Tommy. That was my fault. Chondroitin sulfate high. Chondroitin sulfate helps clean up your joints. It's a smaller molecule of glucosamine. Catalyze the reactions of glucuronic acid, phase 2 detox. Unless you're taking chondroitin sulfate, I would think that that's a frequency of something else. Too high and it's not being used.
I'm not getting chondroitin. If it's saying high, that means it's showing up high. In other words, I should not be taking it?
Well, it's not being used. It doesn't have its sister components. We look at how to read these files, and we send you a little thing. It's called a pastel folder, and it's instructions. This first. You can find it. It says in there, if this is high or this is low, this is what you do.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So if it's high, it is overabundant. It could be sitting there and not being useful because your body doesn't know what to do with it. There's one of the videos called Good Rations, and it's under our Information Central. It's a free video on our website. So a little girl, her growth hormones didn't kick in, and were incredibly high. And we gave her the antidote for them, and it didn't work. But we had to give her the frequency of those growth hormones and kicked her body into making them work. So sulfate is not as readily available in the body as glucosamine. They're very similar. One is just a smaller molecule. But being high without you taking it likely means it's just not useful. It's just sitting there doing nothing. As xanthine. See me, this is like from yellow flowers. I don't know, let me read here. But a detoxifier, a purifier. But Cell Perfect, which is a company, has a lot of this stuff from mangosteen and a lot of purple fruits. See if you find Cell Perfect, or just find a good berry detoxifier. Mangosteen comes in a bottle. I mean, you can buy it at a multi-level market, and it's like $50 a bottle. You can go right online and find mangosteen, and it's like $18 for a month's supply. And it's the same stuff. And if you can't find it, call our bookkeeper tomorrow and ask her for the address or where you can get it. And I'll put the phone number in, 740-698-919, so she can help you find that. But they're all come from natural sources. Free radicals. Free radicals come from radioactive isotopes. When you run an airplane, when you turn your TV on, when you turn your computer on, when you use microwaves. So lots of places we get hit with radicals. And you can't get them out of your system, then your body, each cell can't breathe and can't provide that spark of fire for each of the cells to be able to pull their weight. So, Judy, it seems to me that that's from purple flowers, though. She's asking about the quercetin. I can't remember where all these pieces come from. Q10, that's good to have high if it's really working.
I take that, and I also eat pretty much every 6 to 7 days a week. I eat blueberries and strawberries, and sometimes the other, like blackberries and what have you, and raspberries sometimes. So I put in a drink every day, which has got a lot of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, a lot of things.
Are you A blood type?
I'm a B. I'm B.
You're B? Blueberries are okay for you. That's a really good detoxifier. But we're still having trouble with the utilization of vitamins and amino acids.
And I do take extra enzymes, some extra enzymes to be able to help things along. So,
well, it's that gene that's causing your problem.
It's genetic, is it?
Yep. Let me see if I can find the map. Right here, anything in a little blue box is genetic. You had this one in stress. You had thionine in stress. You had cysteine in stress. I haven't looked at the rest of them yet. This one is a biggie because it provides the cofactors to make almost everything else work in the body.
That sounds like that's a priority to somehow deal with.
Is, and I don't know if you can buy it over the counter as a gene, but there is something called biosulf. And I think the guy's name is Joel. Can't think of his name, but write to me because I've got his.
I will. Thank you.
I've got his stuff at home because we were just on a radio show together. That's a biggie. It's a gene.
If you give me the antidote, would be able to be helped, do you think?
By frequency, yes, but I would also think you want to do something genetically. Not genetic, with the actual substance. See, this keeps you from using molybdenum, and molybdenum is how your body uses calcium. If you don't have enough calcium, then the body just really is a wreck.
Yeah, a lot of problems with it, but you can't get calcium in you. Yep.
There's molybdenum right there, all in this one little corner for you. Big there. Medication for nausea, so it's not this. Methionine. This is the ability to help the body get rid of toxic metals. So high in your system may be working. We would test you. We would give you the frequencies of methionine, and if your body loved it, we know that it's just not working. And if your body hated it, then we would say, okay, your body has enough of it, it's up and running, and it's working. So that's why we send people to a practitioner to have everything checked out, because there's some things you can't test, like methionine, and things you can't buy over the counter, like a gene for your sulfur. Aluminum high. Need to look at that. ATP is another one. Tom, did I put ATP in that detox? If I didn't, I should have. This astaxanthine, Tommy is saying is in yeast, salmon, trout, krill, shrimp, crayfish, crustaceans, and the feathers of some birds. Don't eat the feathers. It provides the red coloring of salmon meat and the red color of cooked shellfish.
If you look at cocktails, you can see if ATP is in there. You can just ask for it to show it to you.
Oh, that was great. I'll do that.
So is that something I did have then? I should eat those things?
That you had that low, I believe.
I see.
Here's vitamin E. All of yours is high. I'm looking to see if it's in there more than once. Methylcobalamin, a form of B12, is low. We need to look at that. If any of these are repeated, it means that it's in there twice. Reduce the toxic effects of mercury, not aluminum, like you have. May lower aluminum levels.
Repeat.
It repeats, so it's in here more than once. Yeah, may inhibit some of the toxic effects of lead. May inhibit some of the toxic effects of lead. In here twice. It means that frequency came up twice in your vocal print. Pretty significant one to come up 2 times. So vitamin E being too high, we need to test. There's a book out, Nutrients for Your Nerves. Boy, I cannot remember Roger or somebody. Anyway, in this book, he tells you how to take nutrients. You take vitamin E till this happens and then back off a little bit, and that's your dose. He tells you that you should eat like 8 ounces of meat every day. I think that he must be O-type. There's just no way I can eat that much meat or drink the amount of milk that he recommends. But his ideas about how to regulate your nutrients are just really good. It's an old book.
Well, yeah, I'm okay with meat. I minimize my milk just because it would be type B. I should be able to eat meat as well as milk. I had gallbladder issues back in April, and so I've really been working on detoxing that whole thing, and it's been improving. So they wanted to take it out, and I'm like, no, that's fine. Thank you very much. So.
Helps. Therazyme has an herb combination called BIL, B-I-L, that helps slow alcohol. Also, cysteine, coenzyme A, and taurine. Those are the 4 constituents of bile salts. So, didn't you have cysteine in stress?
I had cysteine in stress.
So, let's look at those constituents and maybe make you a sound box with those constituents on it so your body can make the bile salts appropriately.
So cysteine, coenzyme Q8, and then taurine, and this is the second one you mentioned.
Cysteine, serine, coenzyme A, taurine.
Yep.
Those are constituents of bile salt. It's just predictive data. Okay, thank you. I'm reminded that.
It's 14 hours.
Yeah, this is predictive data, and if you don't take care of this, if there isn't some intervention, these are the kinds of things that are going to be a problem. Citrulline is going to become a problem. Cortisol, creatine. Now, watch when we do this map. Citrulline over here. Cortisol is on the map, but that messes with your sugar and your hormones. What was the other one? I thought I remember them. It's just creatine monophosphate. So that's over here. So we just need some intervention with you on this methylation map and get your resources up and running. Lysine, cysteine. This is a combination of things that can come up if you did intervention. Messing with the taurine, and remember, that Santos stuff messes with taurine.
Oh, really?
Taurine and glutathione. It's more than wheat. Soy, barley, they mess with carrots.
Look at it, everything these days. It's really not good at all.
When we started out an hour ago, and it seems like we've covered a lot of territory, I was recommending a movie. Talks a lot about Monsanto and GMOs and why we need to detox and eating some of the foods that are just causing absolute havoc in our body's ability to talk to all of its cells. So I'll end there also. Susan and Shemaya, I'll send you your stuff. Susan, you can put in your email so I'll know which Susan you are back to me on the chat. Then I can go ahead and send this. Shemaya, I do have your email already. Cover a lot of material in this time, and people complain about that. Would you slow down? Would you do this? Well, what we've done to combat that, because I just can't seem to keep my information to myself, is we have recorded all of these, and we make them available now for next week for you to go back and listen to them again and again and again. So go back to the happy hours, and recordings are there for you to look at, and if it was about you, you probably can sell it or download it or something. I don't know how to do that, but somebody does. And let's try keeping up on you. Once you do some of this detox and you get some mold in your environment, Susan, and talk a bit about sulfur. And for sure, we look at your vitamin C and your clays. And let's have you back and report maybe in a couple of weeks. So,
Oh, great. Thank you, Sherry.
You are welcome. Phil and Judy, you are been practitioners now for a few months. Even though we go over the same thing on power and all that, it sounds like you guys are learning new stuff all the time, even though we beat you to death with a week-long course. Have any comment about that? No? Okay, then I am going to sign off. And thank you for being here. I haven't heard anything about the elections, and I don't think it's going to be settled for some time yet. So wait and see, and talk to all of you later. Thank you, our volunteers.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, whoever's saying that.
It's Phil, and Judy, and I don't think you got a message, but we really appreciate it because you're always including something new.
You beat you to death. You guys have been on Sunday classes, you're in Guardian, you're here a week, and there's still something new. Wow. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at what new comes up when we do these classes too, and in preparing for them. Or when somebody has diabetes, I'll get diabetes and I'll cure it, and Bob She's helping do all that. Find out to cure it, and then 10 people show up. So I'm a great guinea pig for what's going on with this. So I couldn't complain about anything happening in my life because it seems that it's all for a very grand purpose, and my shortcoming is not seeing all of the facts or all of the purpose or all of the why. I'm going to start working on that. I'll see you guys later.